to one live Frankie Russo pre-show. We're going to take it not crazy, but crazy enough. Yeah. America's team. I ain't stopping. America's team. We got to help. We got the lighting is good. We got to help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, help them fight post-traumatic stress disorder. This is serious. I kid around a lot, but this is serious stuff. The men and women of the United States Armed Forces are committing suicide at an alarming rate. Truth be told, 22 per day. That's what we're hearing. Crazy stuff. You got to go to the icon, America's Team icon. Click on the icon. Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. Click on America's Team icon and let's start funding. I ain't stopping. You got to do this. I got my drink. Getting ready for tonight live. I go to my motto. Let me tell you something. People call me up, Frankie Russo. You don't do. You're a moron, Frankie Russo. You don't do your homework, Frankie Russo. You don't get it. We got to teach you. Go call up one of these broadcasters. Like they know. Yo, I've been doing this for some time. I developed this model. This is like an oral term paper, well sourced. I don't play. Court papers, judges' decisions. I am statistically significant with this. This is the world. Obama, fraudulent sector service card, statistically significant. Clinton Foundation, memorandum of understanding with the Obama administration. I got the Iranian Global Terror Network. I got the Iranian surrogates. This is my model. And you know something? It always goes back there. And we're gonna. It always comes to fruition. So, but anyway, we collected some articles. We got one article. Check this out, quick. I'm gonna do this one quick. Dude had the nerve in Tennessee. A senator, a Republican senator. Should ISIS have the right to recruit on United States campuses? What? Yeah. Martin Daniel, Republican, like Ted Cruz, was speaking in favor of Tennessee Student Free Speech Protection Act. When asked by Senator, not Republican, but Rep. Senator John DeBerry, Democrat, whether he supported the right of ISIS to recruit on the campus, Senator Martin Daniels said yes, so long as it doesn't disrupt the proceedings on that campus. Say what? As long as it doesn't disrupt the proceedings on that campus. What? And you wonder why people are mad. Material support of terror. Obama Clinton. According to Claire Lopez, we're going to go quickly. I'm going to go quickly with this. Okay? I had it before. Oh, here we go. Following 9/11, Abu bin Kumu was in Gitmo, captured, detainee. Abdel Hakim Belhaji was in Gitmo as well. Muslim Brotherhood cleric. He was the military commander of the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group, which was materially supported by Obama, Clinton, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Qatar. Okay? I'm answering Hillary Clinton's thing that she said about that the precursor to Benghazi, the coup d'etat on Gaddafi, there was no connection. No Americans were whacked, according to Hillary Clinton. I'm going to go quickly, then we'll go to the next article. In 2010, Gaddafi was celebrating his reign for over 40 years. He did a coup d'etat in '69. So it's been written that his son and the Obama-Clinton administration convinced Gaddafi to release all of these radical Islamists in the Tripoli prison to put them on the street as a reconciliation, because he's been putting them in prison for the last 40 years. Well, you know what happened after that. We gave them, through Qatar, through Saudi Arabia and Turkey, we gave them weapons, we materially supported them with weapons, money, and training. And what happened was, as a sidebar, just to show, and I'm going to kick to the next article, Abu Qatala, just off the top, without even going deep, Abu Qatala is one of the connections of Benghazi and the coup d'etat. Why do I say that? According to Claire Lopez, Abdel Hakim Belhaji was the military commander. He, like we know in Syria, the Syrian rebels gave the weapons to ISIS in Syria. They gave the weapons, they sold the weapons back to Gaddafi that were given from the American, from Obama and the Clinton alliance with Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Qatar. So what happened was, Abdel Hakim Belhaji didn't want one of the generals of Gaddafi to find out that he did that. So what did the Muslim Brotherhood leader, the Muslim Brotherhood military leader of the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group, do? He called up Abu Qatala. Got him, called him up, whatever, got in touch with him. Abu Qatala's a button guy. He goes, listen, man, you gotta whack this Gaddafi general. And guess what? He did! That's Abu Qatala, according to Claire Lopez. And guess what happened? A few months, not this year, last year, Abu Qatala was captured. By whom? We captured somebody for the Benghazi hit. Abu Qatala. So Abu Qatala is involved in the Benghazi hit, and Abu Qatala is involved in the precursor to Benghazi, the coup d'etat, the disaster of the Obama-Clinton administration. So there, without even going in deep on that, there's a little connection, and this shows you that they're not being honest with us. Once again, the Clintons, the Obamas are not being, the executive branch of the United States government is not being honest with us. And then we got the CIA operative, how Clinton portrayed the Syrian rebels. You know, this goes into a, you know, truth be told, and I'm going to the next article, the women who are Trump, Donald Trump's. Just a little, I don't want to go in deep on this. We know Syria is fronted by Iran. They want an Iranian nuke deal, so figure it out. Do you think they're going to, you know, Assad, who's crossed the red line, do you think that they're going to stop, that they're going to do anything with Assad? Hell no! They want the Iranian deal, the fake deal. Why do they want the Iranian deal? Why do you think? It's all about the money. $150 billion going back to Iran. You don't think it's some Qatar bank account or Iraqi bank that the Obama and Hillary and the Clintons, with that Clinton Foundation running all over the world, that there's no bank account under a Muslim or Qatar name that nobody could, like a Qatari national, they got branches out in Dubai. If I'm pronouncing right, Dubai. Dubai. They got branches out in Dubai. The Clinton Foundation. You can't tell me that they're not funneling money to them to get the money back. No, it's so. I mean, you're being naive if you don't think so. So that was that deal. That Iranian nuke deal is all about money. $150 billion going back. These women are crazy for Trump. Now, they claim that Trump has a, you know, I don't see it. I don't see this, because here's something that really drives me crazy. They come out with a poll and they say, well, 20 or 30% are in favor of Trump. 70% in this poll is women are not in favor of Trump. So that means 70% of all American women are in favor of Trump. The way they present it, they are so. I mean, these mainstream press is so misleading. Quite frankly, dishonest. The polls, it's a random sample. That's all it is. Some of these samples are 200. Some of these samples are 400. Obviously, the bigger the sample, the bigger the predictability conceivably could happen. That you can see trends, but you can't say with statistical significance from a sample. I don't know much about the science and how the sample was taken. For all I know, it could be an online poll. For all I know, online polls are not scientific. Why? Not everybody's got access to the internet. Put that in your peace pipe and smoke it. Fast and Furious gun trafficking operation papers released. U.S. Department of Justice released thousands of subpoenaed documents about controversial Fast and Furious gun trafficking. The operation failed. As part of the operation, the department knowingly allowed people to legally buy guns in the United States and take them to Mexico. And to add a little caveat to that, we'll kick to the next article. It came out that in El Chapo's arsenal were rifles from Operation Fast and Furious. So go figure. Why am I not shocked? Here's another one. Oh, I did that one. Here's another one. We got that one. Trump holds strong lead in New York. It's come out. Donald Trump has polled nothing under 50, and one poll, the Emerson poll, which is considered by many to be a very high-level poll, he got it at 64%. So I'm hoping that he keeps trending like that. My goal, with the grace of God, is that Donald Trump gets in the 60s and so they can't take it from him, That's my biggest concern. Arrests provide new links between Paris and Brussels. The arrest Friday of 5 men suspected of links to the Brussels bombings, including the last known fugitive in last year's Paris attacks, raised new questions about the extent of the ISIS cell believed to have carried out the intertwined attacks that left 162 people dead in 2 countries. Crazy. After weeks of speculation about a mysterious man in a hat who escaped, 3 suicide bombers later, authorities were checking whether the man was Mohammed Abrini, the last identified suspect at large from the Paris attacks until Friday. Another, Oussama K, by Belgian authorities, linked to the November 2015 Paris attacks. So Abrini, Oussama, and Salah Abdel Salam. That's the guy from the Paris attacks. So they're claiming that there is a conceivable link. But my question is, why are the French capturing these people and we're not? You go to the Spy Masters. I talk about this on my show all the time. You got to go to this documentary. It's informative. It's the CIA operatives, the CIA directors, 9 to 12 of them, over the last umpteen years. It goes all the way back to Tenet, all the way back to Peter Goss, all the way back to George H.W. Bush is on it. Out of their mouths. What do they say? I'm going to tell you. What they're saying is, we don't capture anybody. Under the Obama administration, this is why I think he's a stealth jihad. He's a stealth jihadist. Under the Obama administration, we've had the most drone hits of any administration on the Obama administration. They're using the technology to take these guys out. But what happens is, it's like a vacuum. When you whack these guys like Anwar al-Awlaki, like that dude Safani al-Nassar, like Mushin al-Fadali, all these guys are involved in the last 2, Anwar al-Awlaki was an American citizen, was born here. but he ended up going international jihad, the international jihad movement through the internet. This guy was educated in America. Born to two foreign nationals. According to Rubio and Cruz, he's a natural-born American citizen. Go figure. Now, why don't we capture these people? Because according to the CIA directors, if we capture these people, now understand something. They're not going to talk totally. They talked about enhanced interrogation tactics. They talked about waterboarding. Understand something. First of all, they're not going to talk about everything, right? First of all. Second of all, we capture these guys, we got to get them to Gitmo, and we got to waterboard them. That's the only way we're going to get information. Because once we get information, according to these directives, what do? This is why we got to take the money that we get, we got to put it into the military, and in particular, we got to put it into the intelligence agencies, CIA and FBI. We got to get the FBI off this Clinton investigation with the emails. They're wasting all this time. We should get an independent prosecutor and prosecute her ass and get this over with. We got to get the FBI into our stuff over here. Homeland Security. We need more FBI agents. The CIA and the Special Forces should be doing covert ops. Capturing these cats. Bringing them to Gitmo and waterboarding these and that's how we're going to get the information. That's the only way we're going to attack this asymmetrical warfare. Now I'm going to go into asymmetrical warfare later, but that's my take on this. This drone strikes is a ruse, is what I'm saying. It doesn't do the job. According to all the CIA directors. Though some of them support waterboarding, some of them don't. To leave it off, they asked him a question, though. Leon Panetta, George Tenet. They asked him, let me ask you a question. If the dude sitting next to you might know where you found out that there's a nuclear bomb in downtown Manhattan, but you don't know where it is, and the dude sitting next to you might know, what would you do? You know what they said? All and everything to find out where that bomb is. You better believe it. After clash with Black Lives Matter, New York activists questioned Bill Clinton's apology. Now, why is he apologizing? He's getting soft. Clinton went at it. He was right. The violence was there. He's right. I guess he was busy. He's busy in Hillary's basement with the server down there, hanging out with Hill and the sex slaves. He got all engrossed with those chicks with the burkas. Through the grapevine, I heard he ripped them off and he did some serious, you know what I mean, on those chicks down there in the sex slaves in Hillary Clinton's basement. So he's all confused right now. Disney, Bob Iger, among Obama's fundraising crowd tonight, Obama reassures these cats. According to Barack Obama, he's making certain that he's on our hunt to stop. He's part of the antitrust team, according to this article. Barack Obama has spoken to all these Hollywood fundraisers, Hollywood executives, the cats with the major dough, like from Disney Studios and the like, guaranteeing that he's on the anti-Trump movement. According to Obama, I recognize there's a deep obsession right now about Trump. One of you pulled me aside and squeezed me hard and said, tell me that Trump isn't succeeding you. And he said to them, Trump isn't. Well, let me tell you something, Obama, the Muslim from Indonesia. The Trump train is coming, son. You better believe it. global temperature record is a smoking gun of collusion and fraud. NASA claims the blade of the hockey stick is settled science. I don't know. I don't know what this all means. But, you know, according to these politicians, they're like, you know, they're scientists. They can actually tell us that global change, you know, climate change is something that's real. And I'm not saying it isn't or it isn't. I don't know. But we should have an open debate from MIT scientists, one that says that's for it and one that's against it, so at least the people can get the proper information and we can decide whether this is a hoax or whether this is real. I love when these politicians try to put Washington Post, Robert Costa, party elite could turn, oh, my article just got whacked on me. Oh, man, where is this thing? Oh, man. Join us up on a meetup. Join now. I ain't joining nothing. That was a hot article, right? I got to get back to that one. Find it. Yeah, I'm going to get it back. Here it is. Breitbart. It's a Breitbart article. Oh, man, I got so much stuff here. Where is it? Shit. Let me see. I'll put it over here. I get it over here. I know how to get it. Bear with me, peeps. Breitbart, Washington Post, Paul Ryan voters. This is hot. Washington Post. Hurry up, man. I'm Robert Costa, Paul Ryan. This is a good article. Here it is. I got it over here. Robert Costa. Robert Costa of the Washington Post, according to Breitbart News, with Stephen Bannon, they're claiming that Speaker Paul Ryan could be the third rail over here in this presidential Republican GOP move. They claim Ryan is putting himself out there as a national political figure that people can point to beyond the presidential campaign as a face of the Republican Party. This is according to the Washington Post Breitbart News reporting. Based on my reporting, according to Costa from the Washington Post, I don't see any kind of overt or indirect movement toward a presidential bid. But certainly, he is someone celebrated by party elite and conservative figures as someone that could step in a chaos situation in Cleveland. And Costa went on to say, but most activists, most voters we've talked to want someone who has been running for president to actually be the nominee. So there it is, okay? There are some pundits claiming that Cruz the Ruse was being anti-Semitic with these New York value statement. He mentioned media and money. Very plausible. Anti-Semitism. I wouldn't be shocked with that Cruz ruse. Computer's slow. Glenn Beck says, while the computer's winding down, Glenn Beck says he hates the 9/11 victims, the families of the 9/11 victims. You believe that? That's the same cat that said if he was close to Trump, he'd stab him. Cruz said he wants to run Trump over with a car. And then I found out an article from the Kekich campaign. The campaign manager from the Kekich campaign said he wants to put a bullet in Trump's head. Nobody talks about this stuff. Nobody. UN starts toward new control of our oceans. UN has launched a far-reaching initiative that could give UN-sponsored authorities sway of the biological resources of the high seas, all the waters that lie outside national territories and economic zones. Wow. Okay. So we got here's one. Border agents, illegal aliens walking. The Breitbart thing went right up again. This is a great article. I got to go over here with it. It's about the illegal aliens just walking through. Breitbart, illegal aliens. Walking through. Walking out the front door. Here it is. This is why I got a lappy over here. Illegal aliens walking out the front door. We don't know who we're releasing, they say. They're claiming. Border agent and Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council, who endorsed Donald Trump, stated that illegal immigrants who are not given notices to appear walk out the front door, and we don't know who we're releasing in a report on the O'Reilly factor. According to this Border Patrol agent, agents are under orders from the agency headquarters in Washington to release illegals by not giving them what's called NTAs. Notice to appear summonses that should send them straight to a deportation judge. In response to a question on what happens to those who don't receive NTAs, according to the agent, they get released back into the United States. They walk out the front door. We don't know who we're releasing according to the agent. We don't know what they're capable of according to the agent. No, and then they say, while they can ask people who they apprehend if they've committed crimes in Mexico, no one's going to tell you, he added, the agent. You can't find out they've murdered. You can't find out if they molested minors. You can't find out if they've raped anybody. This is crazy stuff. And according to O'Reilly, I heard this segment, he said that the Department of Homeland Security is claiming that it's not true. Who do you believe? The Department of Homeland Security had 72 employees on terror watch lists. The Department of Homeland Security, the State Department, asked them if they knew where the 9,000 plus visas that were suspicious on the records, that were being suspicious of terrorist activities. They didn't know where they were. So what do you believe? I'm done. New Jersey homeowner cited for flying a Donald Trump campaign flag too early. He says he's just doing his First Amendment right. Who heard of such a thing? This is crazy stuff. Who heard of such a thing? Or you want to close it out? Okay. Can I just go quickly? We got students crashed the what do you calls? The anti-Trump students crashed the students' Trump meeting. Terrible stuff. What happened to the First Amendment rights? Judge bans Christian cross in Los Angeles. Can't have a cross. And this is crazy stuff. They talk about, okay, Testing fingerprints for currency is a thing. According to CNBC, the first quarter of the economy looks bleaker than people realize. And Donald Trump has said that a massive recession could be on the way. Go figure. So we're getting out of here. We'll see what we're going to do. We've got a few things, good stuff. Frankie Russo Show. Remember, you got to Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. Click on the America's Team icon. And we're not going to stop this until we get the money. Okay? We're going to help America's team, help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. Frankie Russo, see it about 40 minutes live at 77 WABC. Yeah.